Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Last time, we made our way over here to a new area, the Great Bay Coast, and found ourselves Mikhail the Zora, unfortunately dying in front of us. But we played him the Song of Healing that helped put him to rest and got ourselves a new transformation, the Zora Mask. So in this episode, we're going to be using our newly acquired Zora Mask to explore Great Bay. And for starters, we're going to go ahead and check out this building here. This is the Marine Research Lab, researching water quality and marine life forms in Great Bay. Go ahead and see what this place is all about. Oh, you finally came. I've been waiting for you. What about the eggs? I heard there's a total of 7. Hurry, put them in that aquarium. I have several questions. I mean, I know about some eggs because of Mikhail's dying words, but I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to be doing with them yet. They're late. What are those Zoras doing? What is it, boy? Did you also come to watch the Zora eggs hatch? I'm excited about it too, but those important eggs haven't arrived yet. It takes about 1 to 3 days from the time Zora eggs are laid for them to hatch. But they aren't kept in this aquarium until then. They may die. The reason for this is that the recent abnormal weather has caused the ocean temperature to rise in this region. Zora eggs are very sensitive to changes in temperature. The only way the eggs can hatch is if they're placed in this aquarium water, which I set aside for them long ago. The Zoras are well aware of this, but they're still late. Wondering if something happened at Zora Hall. Zora Hall, huh? Well, that's definitely a place we can go ahead and explore. But what's this? That's a huge fish. I bet that thing can eat a small fish in a single bite. Huh, interesting. Yeah, maybe if we get some fish of our own later, we can come back and try to feed them. For now, let's go ahead and put back on our Zora mask, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump through the water here to get back over to the shoreline. Gonna go ahead, swim way over here, and I'm now gonna go ahead and put on Goron mask. This is a combo I like doing in this area. Going from Zora to Goron because I can go ahead and roll around here, which is very nice. Here I'm gonna go behind this house because behind it is a secret grotto. Jumping down this hole here, we can see what's inside this treasure chest. Gonna go ahead and grab me a Deku Nut and open up this. Inside is a red rupee. Not bad. But also down here, we got ourselves a fish. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this fish. And now let's go back over to where we have our owl statue here so we can get back over to that marine lab. I want to see what that fish can do. And since we have a small fish, well, we can see how this works. Okay, now we're back in the research lab here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take our fish that we just got from that grotto, and I'm gonna drop it right inside this little aquarium here. So dropping a fish in here has one of these 2 fish eat your little small one. So now that one fish just got bigger. But we don't have any more fish, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fill up all 4 of my bottles with some fish. So the easiest way to do this is to go to Southern Swamp. So let's go ahead and make our way back over to the swamp real fast for some fish. Alright, so now we're back here in Southern Swamp. I'm going to make my way over to where the archery game is here. And over here is a pretty nice pond with a bunch of fish. So I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a couple of bottles here and try to scoop these fish up. But unfortunately, it's a little hard to do here, as you notice, because I'm in very shallow water, but it's not shallow enough for me to stand, unless I'm a Zora. The Zora is a lot easier to work with here because you're very tall. Think of you as adult Link height from Ocarina of Time, because they are basically the same height. There's 1 fish, there's 2 fish. Now I'm going to equip my other 2 bottles to get 2 more fish, making 4 in total. Let's see if we can get that purple one. That'd be nice. Unfortunately, we get spring water. That's another issue with this pond. Fish are a little hard to get, but they're also in spring water, so you can get that in your bottle as well. But I still say this is one of the easiest places to get fish in bottles, because they're just very easy to get to. And there's so many fish here too, you never have to worry about running out. So there you go. That's 4 fish in bottles. So let's go ahead and make our way back over to that research lab and feed more fish. Alright, we're back now in the research lab, so let's go ahead and drop our fish in a bottle here. And let's see what happens. There are 2 fish in this aquarium. What eats the other fish? Looks like the small one ate the fish we just dropped. That's bad. How this works is that you want one fish to get as big as possible. So you specifically want one fish to eat your small fish, and only one of the 2. They can interchange. It's a 50-50 what fish eats what. So unfortunately, we got unlucky in the first time. Now, let's see what happens when we drop our 3rd fish into this aquarium. Okay, this is some really bad luck because they're just interchanging. You want one fish to be bigger than the other. So far, that's not working out for me. Well, I still need more fish. So I guess I'm going to get more fish. Alright, back with more fish. I only grabbed 2 because I'm hoping all we need is 2 more fish. If we're lucky, all we needed is 1 more. Alright, good. We only needed 1 more. Perfect. As long as one fish is very big to a point where it can eat the other, it will. Doing so will give you a piece of heart. There you go. That's a new heart container list that we're working on now. 1 of 4. Let's go ahead and drop this other fish because I don't need this thing. Give him a nice little midnight snack when he gets hungry. That fish is actually swimming around with him too. He's lucky because right now that guy is full. But when that big fish is ready, he's gonna eat you, buddy. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work out. Go ahead and dive into the water here, which will instantly give us our speed, which is very nice. Gonna go ahead now, roll on shore. And we actually didn't get to see what's in this building that the grotto's behind. So let's go ahead and make our way over to the building itself and see what's in here. I want to read the sign, but I guess we'll read that here on the way out. This is the fisherman's hut. I've been catching fish in the sea for 30 years. When it comes to catching fish, I'm even better than the Zoras. That's what I like to be saying anyway. Lately, the seawater's gotten really warm. It hasn't helped my fishing at all. And what's worse, this water has gotten murky. So when I ship out, I always lose my way and somehow end up back at shore. We fishermen, and even the fish, are in a real predicament. What's this? Help me! Please, take me back to the waters near Pinnacle Rock. Are you interested in that fish? It's a rare fish, isn't it? It's called a seahorse. I caught it swimming around here, just off Pinnacle Rock. Since it's rare, I was thinking of selling at the town carnival, which should be starting soon. If you want, I'll give it to you. On one condition. Do you have a pictograph of the female pirates? No. But I don't know what you need a picture of a female pirate for? I'm gonna turn you down. What's this? I guess you don't have one after all. Technically, I do have a pictograph of a female pirate. It's all blurry and it's not that great. The all-important face. I can't see it very well. Any good picture of a pirate will do. Even a snapshot of a guard. Can't you help me out? I guess we'll have to remember that later. If we want a seahorse, we need a picture of a Gerudo pirate. What does your sign say? Fisherman's hut. Rare fish inside. Yeah, I kind of figured that one with the seahorse and all. So, that murky water thing, that wasn't just for show. If we go ahead and try to swim out more here, what that guy was saying, very true. The water here is very murky. When you're trying to get too far away from shore, the fog gets really bad to a point where you actually get sent back to the coastline. So you can't really go that far out in the water, which is a little unfortunate, but at the same time, it's nice that there's a failsafe to put you back to the coast, so you don't have to swim all the way back. Now rehearsing at Zora Hall, the Zora band with that deep sea sound, the Indie-Go-Go's. The Indie-Go-Go's, huh? Maybe we'll have to listen to them play at one point. I mean, they're kind of down a guitarist. We're unfortunately now the guitarists. I don't know how that works out. These stinking levers, man, they pop up all over the place. They're so annoying. What's this say? Zora game site. Those who recklessly break pots will be fined. Well, it's a good thing we're Zora, because whatever this game is, we can play it. Hey, aren't you Mikau? Were you able to get an empty bottle from the beavers on top of the waterfall? Those guys are quick, so it's pretty tough, isn't it? Well, I don't know about that one, because I haven't met any beavers, but I guess it's something to remember for later. Hey, Mikau. You want to do that thing you used to always do? What, break pots? I mean, I could do this. See if I can line up a shot and throw my boomerangs. I had 3 out of the 5. Is that good enough? What's wrong? Have you lost your touch from playing too much guitar, Mikau? Didn't you used to be able to break all these pots at once? Your motion was all stiff like someone who's not used to doing this. Sorry, but I have to take 10 rupees for those broken jars. If you break them all at once, I'll give you something good. Take the challenge again sometime. Well, what happens if we try this? We could cheat. What if we just put down bombs as a human? They won't know. Okay, well that didn't work out. Hey, that's a problem. Don't go break my jars. Those jars aren't free, you know. Sorry, but I have to take 10 rupees for those broken jars. If you break them all at once, I'll give you something good. Take the challenge again sometime. Okay, well now knowing this, get out of Dodge. So yeah, you need to break all these at once. If you don't, you lose 10 rupees every time you fail. So, because of this, let's try it. I'm gonna actually backflip 4 times where the pots are, and now I'm gonna throw my boomerangs. Doing so instantly breaks all the pots. Way to go, Mikau. You got a big smirk on your face. Well, here's 100 rupees. Except, jar replacement costs 10 rupees, so I had to deduct that. So we get 90 rupees because of the weird 10 rupee discharge. Hit the challenge again sometime. Well, let's try it again. See if that same trick works. Backflip 4 times, and then throw your fins. Hey, would you look at that? It works every time. It's consistent. So if you want to break these pots very easily, all you have to do is just line yourself up with the center pot here, do 4 full backflips, which means hold the control stick the whole time backwards while doing your backflips, and then get ready to throw your fins and release the button. Doing this will guarantee you breaking these pots every time. This is a very consistent setup. I don't recommend doing this though to get max money, because while this does work, it is a little finicky, so maybe don't do that specific thing every time for money, but it is another way now we can make money in the game. So it is something to remember for later. Here we got ourselves a Gossip Stone. I'm going to go ahead and equip ourselves my Mask of Truth so we can go ahead and read it. Let's see what this thing says. To get even to listen to Mikau and Joppa's song for the music session, you should not try demonstrating as Mikau. It seems if you pose as someone unrelated to the band and begin playing it, you just might get him to lend an ear. That's some interesting insight. It sounds like this band leader won't listen to the people in his band for music advice. He has to listen to a stranger. So remember that for later. Fall headwaters, Beaver's home, beware swift currents. Yeah, no kidding. This waterfall is definitely pushing out a huge current. And up above, looks like we got a ledge up there maybe we can interact with, but there's no way we can get to it right now. So unfortunately, that beaver home is going to go unexplored for a bit. Okay, well, I was going to say down here's a new enemy type, and it kind of sucked us in, so let's try this again. This here is a like. It eats whatever you're carrying. You better defeat it if you want your stuff back. Luckily, it can't really take anything from us underwater, so that helps a lot. But there's also another enemy type here. Dead fish. Luckily, that's not the only place we'll see the enemy, so we'll get an enemy information bio later from him. For now, killing this like here in this waterfall will give you a piece of heart. That's a very easy piece of heart to get. And also demonstrates our move here as Mikau. If you hold down the R button in the water, you will let go this electrical force field attack, which does a good amount of damage and can stun some enemies as well. And you can do that while swimming either with fast speed or slow speed, so keep that in mind. That attack is very useful. You can also do it on ground too. Just hold out your shield and then press the B button to go ahead and unleash that attack. So now, let's go ahead and use our Goron transformation to get back over to the coastline here, because we see some rocks we can go ahead and hop across, and there's a boulder there. I want to go ahead and break that boulder, because that boulder is going to have me a nice flip. All right, well, for now, let's go ahead and see what this fish is. We're not? Okay. Man, these fishes don't want to stay out to play. I hear him. I just want my enemy bio. There it is. This here is the skullfish. Look, don't ask me about everything, all right? The enemy's so unimportant, title doesn't even have a proper description. It's just a fish that's bones. Nothing really that special about it. Easy to kill, they go down in one hit. Just be mindful of them because they can do a lot of chip damage after a while. They're a little annoying to deal with. But here's our boulder. Let's go ahead and equip ourselves a little bit of a hiccup there. I'm gonna say, let's equip ourselves a blast mask and go down this grotto. In this grotto, we got ourselves another chest here. Let's go ahead, open this up. Inside is a bomb chew. Singular bomb chew. Why did I keep on doing this? Give me more than one stinking explosive game. It's so annoying to deal with one singular bomb chew. But now, there's not just a secret grotto here we want to go ahead and talk about. Here is another special thing if you're playing the 3DS version. In this portion of Great Bay, this is where your second and final fishing hole is located. So let's go ahead and go fishing once again. Welcome to the Ocean Fishing Hole, the second and final fishing location here in Majora's Mask 3D. Tattle's telling us there's a lot of fish out here we can go ahead and catch, so what I recommend doing at this point is hold off on buying yourself a fishing rod. Instead, equip your Zora mask and transform to a Zora. Go ahead and swim around the pond here and see what fishes are out and about. This is a great way to see what fishes have spawned in a fishing hole before you go ahead and fish. If there's a certain fish you're looking for and it does not show up here, then you can go ahead and leave the fishing pond, re-enter, and check again to see what kinds of fishes are out in the pond. This is a great way for you to go ahead and get whatever fish you're definitely looking for to fill up your fishing journal. In my case here, I'm not really trying to go for anything specific, so I'm more or less just swimming around here and just trying to get a gauge of what fishes are in the fishing pond today. Let's go ahead and talk to the guy here over the counter and get ourselves a fishing rod. So we can pay 50 rupees to use a fishing hole pass, just like the swamp hole. I'm going to use a fishing hole pass as we have collected a couple of these in our adventure. And now we have the same choice on our fishing lure here. We get a standard fishing rod, which does not sink, and then a fishing rod with a sinking lure, which will sink down to the bottom of the pond. In this case, I'm just going to pick the standard rod. So now let's go ahead and see if we can catch anything. So there's a lot of different fishes around here, and nothing in particular I've seen I want to go for at the moment, but I am going to throw out my lure here and see what we can get. So there are some fishes here near the shoreline, so let's see if we can get one of them. Unfortunately, the fish just broke the line immediately, so we didn't have a chance. Let's try this again. There we go, we got a fish on the line. Let's go ahead and try to get this thing in. And for some reason, our sound's a little buggy here, but we can kind of see the fish is getting reeled in, so we don't need to hear the fishing rod reel it. There we go, got ourselves a fish. A Terminus sea bass. This one's pretty big, 38 centimeters. Not a bad size of fish. We get to go ahead, let it go, and try again. At that point, we dropped the fish right next to us, so we could probably get the same one again. So there's a couple different fishes we can get in this area here based on our masks. I don't believe any of the fishes we're looking for that I'm specifically wanting are here, but I can go ahead and try out things like Captain's Hat here, for example. We can try wearing the Captain's Hat and seeing if there be a certain type of fish that will spawn with this on. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out my lure and see if we get anything different. Looks like we got a biter. Got another fish on the line. Let's go ahead and try to reel it in here. Doesn't really seem like that big of a fish. Looks like a little small fry, but hey, anything's better than nothing. So, while reeling this guy in, we can go ahead and talk about all different types of fish here. Just like in the swamp fishing hole, there's a lot of different types of fish. The Gouda Gooby here is exclusive here to the ocean fishing hole. So, all the fish you're going to find here are going to be drastically different compared to the ones in the swamp fishing hole. So, on screen now, you will see a list of all the fish that you can catch here in the ocean fishing hole. Very different list compared to the ones you get in the swamp. So you have to get all the fish in the swamp fishing hole and then all the fish in the ocean fishing hole if you want to 100% complete your fishing journal, as there are a lot of different types of fishes between both of the holes. We don't have every mask just yet to go ahead and catch specific types of fishes here, but we have a good majority of them, so you can go ahead and try out different masks and see what fishes that you can catch at this point in your game. But yeah, at this point, we're pretty much done here with fishing. It's pretty much the same stuff as the fishing hole in the southern swamp, so there's not really that much else for us to do here, so we can go ahead and just talk to the guy, or we can just say all done, put away our fishing rod. And at this point, we can just go ahead and check on the wall here to see our progress. This here is the fishing journal, so now we can actually see what we've caught. And there's a couple different things based on what we caught here in the ocean fishing hole. So we see our Terminus sea bass here, and you can see the date that we've caught our fish and the time as well. So that's a nice little thing. You can keep track of what fish you caught, what the sizes are, when you caught them. It's a very handy little thing here to keep an eye on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the ocean fishing hole. Basically the same thing as the swamp fishing hole. It's just an extra little distraction, in my opinion. This is not really something that I recommend you go out of your way completing, but if you want a truly 100% Majora's Mask here on the 3DS, this is yet another layer for you to go ahead and try to get everything in. There's a lot of different types of fishes here. We're not going to be catching them all for this playthrough, as you don't unlock anything for completing the fishing journal here in the 3DS version. But it is something I want to go over nonetheless. So there you go. That is the ocean fishing hole, and we're done fishing. So let's get out of here. But now that we're done with fishing, we're going to go ahead and end things here. Next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we'll continue exploring more of Great Bay Coast here. I'll see you guys next time.